We are heavily caffeinated and fueled up, and once again on the road, heading down to the coast to pick up our plugs for our hanging baskets. It's that time of year.
It's the best day.
Yeah, about 95% of our supplies every year needs to be picked up. Our farm's just not at a scale where we can get everything delivered into the farm.
Not at a cost-effective rate.
Yeah, so we always have to drive to the coast, which we're from where we are ranges anywhere between 2 and 4 hours, depending on how far down to the coastline that we need to go. Today, we're actually heading to a new place. Our supplier for our plugs moved locations. They moved their warehouse probably about an hour closer.
Yeah, actually what they did is got rid of a warehouse. So they had a warehouse and they would stock it and all the orders would go into the warehouse, but now they have a distribution company. So the orders just come in to turn around and go out the same day instead of keeping the warehouse and keeping it staffed and stocked. That's all.
Yeah, so a new adventure, which is always fun.
We get to drive some new roads we've not been on before. You talk about how Plug Day is the best day. Yeah, you can cut this shit out though, right?
Hopefully.
What do you mean hopefully?
Oh, I'm skilled, but Jesus, it's technology.
So Plug Day is the best day because sometimes our plugs come already in bloom. They're like this big, but they have flowers on them already and they fill the greenhouse, and as soon as Plug Day happens, it feels like real spring, even though, I don't know if you can see it outside. It snowed already this morning, so still winter, but Plug Day makes it feel like spring. So the main reason we bring plugs in for hanging baskets is because when we start them from seed, they take anywhere from 10 to 18 weeks to go from like germination to bloom. And even then, they're not as like vigorous and big as the plugs are when we get them. So when we get the plugs, they're only like an inch or two big, but the time it takes them to fill out and bloom and fill up a basket is like a quarter of the time it would take if we did the seeded plants.
Because what a plug actually is a cutting off of an established mature plant.
Yes.
So those larger greenhouses that you can see where they are 10, 12, 20 acres of greenhouse, they'll actually grow the plant to maturity and then cut cuttings off of it. So cut all the flower and like the plant tips off, rooting hormone into a plug, which is just like a little jiffy cube basically, and then crank the humidity until it roots itself, and then that's what they ship you. So you're already getting an established plant at that point.
Baskets are usually like flushed out by what, 6 weeks after about 6 weeks after we pot them up. So
yeah, if I'm not cheap with the heat.
Yeah. They need lots of heat, lots of water, and lots of feed.
So the nice thing about ripping down to the coast on this trip is that we didn't have to bring the trailer. In years past, we've always tried to time it so that we bring the trailer so that we can grab the plugs as well as the pots and hanging baskets. But if you've been following along this season already, we were able to fit the pots in with the greenhouse haul that we did. So this time we didn't have to bring the trailer. The only thing that kind of creates is that we aren't able to keep the plugs in the boxes out of the wind. I think this order is 14 boxes, which I got told it was going to be a lot less, so 14 boxes obviously isn't going to fit in the cab. So what we ended up doing is we had some moving blankets. So we brought a ton of moving blankets and a tarp. We'll fit what we can in the box or in the back seat. The rest will go in the box, and then we'll cover them with blankets to keep them insulated. Just because it might still be cold, we bumped our travel time a little bit later into the day. Normally we would have been on the road by like 4 or 5.
Some god-awful time.
Yeah, so that we can get there and get back faster, but we pushed it a little later, so we should be coming back over the mountain pass midday, so hopefully it's warm enough that it's not freezing out, but the blankets and tarps will help at least keep it out of the weather a little bit. So fingers crossed that that works out for us this year, something new. We just had to make a quick detour. I pull back into where we get our pots and hanging baskets. We sent out our fundraiser sheets this year for a few places, and we forgot to change the 10-inch hanging basket to the 12s because we weren't going to do 10s. So anyways, we caught that yesterday. The sheets came back and we realized that, oh, we actually got to get some 10s. So stopped in quick, grabbed a box of those. Plants are good. Glad we brought the tarp because it's raining and I'm assuming it's probably going to do it for a better part of the way home. The blankets seem to be making a difference though, which is good. Hopefully keep things warm. So we'll hit the highway and then we'll get back at it when we get to the greenhouses and start unboxing these things.
We'll show you all of them. They're going to be beautiful.
All right, well, the trip back went pretty good. It dipped down, I think 1 degree kind of at the top for probably about 45 minutes, so nothing too bad. A little bit cold, but I think with this insulation on these boxes, I don't think we have to worry too much. So we'll get this thing all unwrapped and into the greenhouse and show you guys what we got. Here, we're just getting everything unloaded here, and we ended up ordering in from 3 different greenhouses this year. We brought stuff in from Meadowlands. Proven Winners is all from Nordic, and then was this Genesis, all from the coast. Yeah, we've had a issue last year. We ordered in through our same distributor, but we ordered some stuff in through a company out of Alberta last year. And it was a little bit late and it just didn't root up very well. And we weren't the only ones that had problems with it. But so we switched back, and I think that the whole distributor switched back, or did they still bring in from?
Still bring in from them.
Okay.
It was just their first year doing cuttings.
Right. So we've switched, and we still think you pay a little bit more for Proven Winners, but they're just a way better product long term. They kind of have a few things with the market. You have to put them in a Proven Winners pot, and you have to use their tags. So they kind of get you on both ends there, but it's a better product we find. So we'll get into one box here. Looks like Shaylin's already getting into it. So from Genesis, we got begonias, 2 trays of them.
Yeah, 2 different colors. These ones are beautiful. They've got the purple leaf and the flowers are white. And the other ones they're called Golden Picotee. They're like a yellow flower and they have rose colored like fringes. They're so pretty. We did them a couple years ago.
Every company boxes them a little bit differently, eh?
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm a little hungry. This is Lantana. We brought it in the first time last year. And it is just such a fun, like tropical looking plant. We got it in this yellow and orange color, and then we also have it in the pink and orange.
Yeah, I remember those in the baskets. They look good.
They're beautiful. These ones almost look a little hungry.
Yeah, they're super vibrant.
Yeah, they are.
What is this?
That's Bacopa.
They look really light green this time.
Yeah. Ooh.
Look at the roots on that thing.
That's
holy
unusual. They don't usually come that well rooted.
Yeah.
Scared me. I touched it. I was like, ugh.
So this is what I mean by Proven Winners. So they come with all their own tags too.
You have to pay a royalty, a tag fee, buy the pots. What else?
Yeah, so you don't, when it comes to the baskets, you don't have to use their pots, but you do have to use their tags. So we usually organize these all out by recipe, whatever ones we pick, and then each basket gets them stuffed in. So you end up with a lot left over at the end of the year, but well, we ended up bringing in a pretty good mix this year. It's very similar to last year for the most part. Lots of petunias.
So Moonstruck, they're purple and yellow.
Purple and yellow?
Yeah.
Lobelia. Those are Impatiens. No, those are Fuchsia. 2 different kinds? 3.
That's the upright kind, and then these 2 are both trailing.
Those will both go into 2-inch pots?
And hanging baskets.
Oh, really?
For shade, yeah.
Sweet potato vine's always done good for us. Again, we went back to Proven Winners. We tried a different kind last year, and they just showed up, and they looked a lot weaker than these do. These always show up quite well. So you can see what we were meaning earlier in the video when we talked about cutting. So that's just cut off of a mature plant and then rooted up. So real healthy, nice white roots. And then those will just get put straight into the baskets. Splash Dancer, those are purple too, right? Petunias?
Yeah, with like bleach spots on them. They look really cool.
It's hard to tell what all this is going to be until it starts to flower, but
These are super fun.
sun patience.
Yeah.
These two.
Yeah. And these guys too. Those
Oh,
ones
those are
are fun.
those
They're like
purple.
a pretty purple double flower.
More sweet potato. These are just different leaves. So this is still a purple sweet potato vine. It's just a broadleaf, and then these ones are more of a tri-leaf. Good in baskets either way. Bidens. We've done these a few years in a row.
Yeah,
They look good in the baskets.
White ones. They're really pretty. They're a new variety.
Super Tunias are always good. We do a pink one. What's that pink one that goes absolutely bonkers?
Oh, I didn't do any of it this year. The bubblegum.
Bubblegum, yeah. It goes absolutely massive. It's almost too big for a basket. If anybody's thinking about putting it in a basket, we find that it just goes a little bit too wild. Uncontrollable.
Geranium.
Yeah, the geraniums look good this year.
Yeah, they do.
Already in flower. So a lot of this stuff here, we'll be snipping that off. We'll cut them all before we pot them up. That way it'll force rooting.
Pretty yellow.
And you can slow them down a bit. These here too, these are Bidens.
Yeah, they go crazy.
These Bidens go crazy. These are ones that in our first year we never trimmed them, and they just went absolutely crazy. So we constantly got to snip them back.
And this year we did double the black petunias.
Verbenas?
Yeah.
How many colors? 3?
3, yeah. And 2 flats of the black ones.
All right, well, that's a wrap on today's video. We got all the plants unloaded. They're watered in. We'll start building baskets in the next couple days. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss that next video. And we'll see you in the next one.